Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS22 Easy Start in Elmcreek. This is part 4. And here we have quite a lot of straw. And we could just forget about it, or we could collect it and sell it. Or if we had cows or pigs, we could collect it and give it to the cows and pigs for their barn. But we don't have cows and pigs, and therefore we only have two possibilities. And as we need money, I would suggest we collect this straw and sell it. And yeah, we already talked about it. And I already sent a tractor to the dealership. So let's jump around. Here we are already. Okay, and we need equipment for collecting this straw. And first I leave the tractor, and this is one possibility to access the shop. When we go here, and you can see in the help menu with R we can open the shop menu. And yeah, on consoles you have a different key. So I just do this, and yeah, usually you have access to the shop from everywhere, but you need a different key. On PC it is the P key. And yeah, on console it is something else. Okay, so here we are in the area where we could buy tractors or harvesters or so, but we want to have something to collect the straw. And there again we have at least two possibilities. We can either collect it with a forage wagon. These are those not vehicles but trailers, and they collect the straw from the ground and put it in the trailer. And the smallest one is already quite expensive. It costs 30,000 bucks. And I like to use forage wagons. It's rather convenient because you just drive around and then you have the loose straw or you have the loose grass or hay in your trailer, and you can just give it to the animals or drive to the selling station and sell it. And yeah, the disadvantage is it is rather expensive, already the small one, and without mods it's not so easy to store this loose stuff. Storing loose straw is possible. You can have hay storage where you can store hay or straw, but no wet grass, because wet grass would spoil in reality. And because the farming simulator tries to be as close to reality as possible, the hay storage can only store hay or straw and no grass. But we will need grass for our sheep. We could use hay, but it's much more effort to get hay. So, because we want to have sheep later on, I won't buy this forage wagon. If I would only get this straw and no grass at all, I think I would forget about the straw, because we have to pay much more money to collect it than we can earn in 1 year with this. But if I would have a lot of straw, then I would buy a forage wagon, because I think it's more convenient than bales, which is the other possibility. So here are the balers. And in between the balers we have already 3 different possibilities. This is the small one, which is new in FS22. In FS19 we didn't had such a small baler in the base game. Maybe as a mod, but not in the base game. And this is cheaper than the smallest forage wagon, and it produces tiny little bales, square shape. And yeah, the advantage of this is it is rather cheap. You only need a tractor with 50 horsepower, which all our tractors have. We have much more than 50 horsepower. And you can carry those small bales by hand. So you don't need a front loader or a forklift to carry the bales around. So it has several advantages. And the other possibility would be a round baler. You need here at least 100 horsepower, depending on which machine you buy. The machine is more expensive, and you need machinery to transport the bales, so you can't carry it around by hand. And then when you go further on, I think this is still a round baler. This is the first big square baler. You need a big tractor with at least 250 horsepower, so medium big, and it costs quite some money. This is more for advanced gameplay. But then you have big square bales, and then when you are in this advanced game stage, you don't have problems with buying another machinery to transport this. But we now will start with this small baler. Okay, and I make a double click on this, and here we can have a look how it looks. And at the left side we see all the information that is more or less important. The most important information is that we need a tractor with at least 50 horsepower. And this can be crucial, this information, at least for the bigger machines when you only have rather weak tractors. And which is interesting is you can work with 12 kilometers per hour. And what also is very important, the size of the bale that will be produced. It's 120 centimeters. That sounds quite big, but it's a long packet, so to say, and therefore the bale is very small. Okay, we just buy it. Here we can buy it. Okay. And now we only have 12,000 euros left. I leave the shop with escape, 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 and there it stands. Let's go there. Here it is. It is a quite small machine. In reality, I guess it will give you not the feeling of a very small machine. But we are very big in Farm Sim. We are more than 2 meters high. This is around 7 feet high. And yeah, and therefore everything looks rather small. And in reality it's impressive how big even the tiny machines are. So we go to the tractor and then bring it to our farm. And then we collect the straw and make bales out of it. Okay. Like so. Good. So, and now we can be happy that our farm is not so far away from the dealership. Therefore, we only have to drive for a short while. I can see it already, our farm. So, and here is our straw surf. To be honest, if we would have only this small field, I would have thought, let's just forget about the straw. But with the other field, it will be enough to be worth all the hassle we have now. And we will need this baler for our sheep as well, for our upcoming sheep. Okay, now I open the help menu to show you what we can do. First we have to unfold it. This is not much happening, only in the end it's unfolding. And then with B we can turn it on. And then we have to lower it with V. And let's have a closer look what happens there. You see it turning, this turning metal brush collects the straw, or will collect the straw, and puts it up into the processing unit, and there it is pressed to bales, and then the bales come from here. So now I can close this again, and we just drive on this swath, and you see how the bale is coming. Yeah, now we can see it already, and you can see it's really tiny, this bale. And the first one is dropped to the floor, to the ground. Okay. So, and as you can see, we will get quite a lot of those bales. And maybe you ask yourself, okay, now I want to let the helper do this job. Sadly, that's not possible. With the base game helper, you can't use the helper for pressing bales, and also not for using the forage wagon. So there's no advantage in either method. And so you have to do it yourself. And therefore it's, let's say, always good to think about whether you want to do something what you have to do yourself. It's no question for people who like to drive around on the field, but it's a question when you are not so eager to drive around. And maybe you see that I don't take every row. That is to make it easier to make a U-turn. And so I only take every second row, sometimes even every third row. And then when I'm done, I go there, dip, 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 back to the first row, and then I drive over the other rows. And then it's not so difficult to turn around, but I just have to make a simple U-turn. And in the end it's much faster than with making a difficult turnaround, which is more narrow. And you can see the size of the turning that is possible with this baler attached is rather big, so I can't do a very narrow turning, which is normal for all kinds of balers and forage wagon as well. So with some machinery you can make narrow U-turns and with other not so. Here, I still as narrow as possible. And here you can see quite a lot of bales already on this tiny field. Okay, now I show you how I can eject the bale that is in the machine when I'm done here. I open the help menu to show you, and there is no option that tells me eject the bale or throw it out or so. But if I turn the baler off, we get unload baler, and that's what we want. And it is the key Z, or Z, I think. Okay, and now the bales are coming. Here they are. Wonderful. And the machine is nearly empty and fresh. There is part of a bale still inside, but the finished bales have been unloaded. Okay, and you know what I will do now. I go to our much bigger field and do the same there, and I guess we will get maybe 100 of bales. And this is the biggest disadvantage of this small baler, or maybe I drive like that. You get so many bales and you have to take care of all those many tiny bales. And if I would have only straw, I wouldn't have taken this small baler, to be honest. But as I'm planning on having grass for sheep on a regular basis to keep the sheep fed, I bought this baler for them mainly. And I bought it early because we had this straw, and I thought, okay, if I have to buy a baler anyhow, I can buy it now and get some money from the straw, even if it's quite a lot of work. And I will have collect all the straw from this field in between the episodes, so you don't need to watch me all the time going up and down on the field. And then in the next episode we will take care of collecting all the small bales, how to do this and how to sell them. Okay, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.